Eleanor Holmes Norton.
Gentlelady is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I thank the gentleman from Maryland for his terrific help on all we have done on this bill. Let me count the ways. I strongly oppose H.R. 471 because it reestablished a program that failed to improve academic achievement as measured by standardized reading and math tests, because it infringes on the local government's right to make decisions about quintessentially local education matters, because it was introduced without so much as consultation with any elected official from the affected jurisdiction, the jurisdiction I represent, because it provides federal funds to send students to religious and other private schools despite the absence of support for vouchers as demonstrated by the failure of every state referendum to authorize vouchers, including 3 in California, and increases the deficit by $300 million, violating the majority's own cut-go for discretionary authorization legislative protocols. Although I am a proud graduate of the D.C. public schools and strongly support our public schools, especially given their great improvement, I have always supported public charter alternatives for those parents who are dissatisfied with our traditional public schools. Children can't wait until public schools, now in the throes of a race to the top, meet the top. I'm proud that the District of Columbia has the largest charter school system in the United States of America, with half of our children attending. Parents and organizations in the District of Columbia have made this alternative, not the Congress of the United States. The existence and the phenomenal growth of our public charter schools has fueled a competition that has actually helped our public schools improve. The reason is because the charter schools and the public schools, unlike the voucher schools, are competing for the same local dollar. So today, it is interesting to note that the National Assessment of Educational Progress found that the DC public schools has woken up to the competition and now is the only one of 18 large urban school systems that showed improvement in the 4th and 8th grade achievement tests over the past 2 years. Now contrast this with what the Bush Education Department found for the very voucher program we will be voting on in H.R. 471, and I'm quoting, the Department of Education found no conclusive evidence that the Opportunity Scholarship Program affected student achievement as measured by standardized reading and math tests. Yet the program was established precisely to measure and improve performance of the lowest achieving students in our schools. Charter schools, however, outperform the D.C. public schools and greatly outperform the charter schools. Our public charter schools at the middle and high school level, with a majority of economically disadvantaged students, scored almost twice as high as their D.C. public school counterparts in math and reading, and the graduation rates of charter school students is 24% higher than the graduation rate of our traditional public high schools and 8% higher than the national average. Yet these public charter schools have a higher percentage of African American students and of disadvantaged students than our public schools. They are entirely accountable. They can be closed, and like public schools, they have been closed. With this remarkable record, why in the world would anyone pick the District of Columbia to impose a voucher program on? Why target the only big school system that has set up an alternative public charter school system? If the majority were truly interested in our education agenda, instead of their own, they would do what former Speaker Newt Gingrich did. When he approached me about private school vouchers, I told him of public opposition to vouchers in the city, but not to charter schools, as demonstrated by a fledgling charter school program in the district that had attracted few charters, but there was a District of Columbia law. He worked with me, not against me, to introduce a bill. Could I have another?
Grant the gentlelady an additional 1 minute.
Gentlelady is recognized for 1 minute.
To introduce PL 104-134, which has helped us produce the large-scale, robust alternative public school system that is now a model for the nation. The pattern of this Congress could not be clearer. They began by stripping the District of Columbia of its vote. They have done nothing but try to take from the District of Columbia with bill after bill. Now they want to help us against our will. We reject the insult of your help with the children of the District of Columbia. We are not second-class citizens. We are not children. If you want to help us, give us the courtesy, have the good grace to ask us how we want to be helped. I yield back the balance of my time.
Lady's time has expired. The gentleman from California.
Mr.